Here's how your club or district can use the email newsletter tool that's bundled into the Toastmasters service. In this case, I'm following up with people who attended a special workshop, and I'm composing my email message in the same editor that I use for blog posts and web pages. So I can add images, I can add video, as I've done here. So this is a replay and some pictures of the panel participants laid out in a two-column format. And so what I can do is I can polish this up, move a couple of unnecessary words, update this, and I'll get a prompt saying to view this in the email template. So this is not blog content or web page content, it's email content. So I view it in a special template that gives me a preview of what the email will look like pretty exactly. And up top here, I have my options for sending the message. So I could send to just my website members, my club members, if they've also been set up with accounts on the website. Or I can send to an email list that I've built up by recruiting people. We do have a way that you can display a pop-up that people get when they visit your website to prompt them to sign up for the list. We also have people who RSVP for our meetings, and when they RSVP, there's a checkbox that says, sign me up for your email list. So in this case, I want to send to my website members and to the email list. So I'm going to check them both off. I will click send. And it's going to give me a little "Are you sure?" prompt because I'm going to be sending to a whole bunch of people. I might want to make sure that this is really ready to go out. Also, on Toastmasters, you will have to upgrade a little bit from the basic subscription to get the privilege to send to large lists because I'm paying behind the scene an email service provider to help us distribute this content. And I'm going to confirm that I want this to go out. And here it is. Here's a copy that came to me. Here's my explanation, my prompt to complete the survey, the replay, and the other content that I just showed you. So this makes it easier in some ways than dealing with a service like MailChimp, where you'd have to learn a whole different editor and framework for setting up that content. So these emails are presented in a basic template, but you can customize it in many different ways. For example, my RSVP Maker demo site uses this image background behind the image. I'll show you how some of those customizations can be made. But if you want to send out a basic message to your members or to your list, you can go into this email newsletter and notifications section, and go to add new. And by default, you'll get this basic template with sort of a gray background wrapped around your main content. But this is really where you're supposed to add your message. A message goes here, and a little prompt saying that I can add more email content in this area. Subject line goes here. And I can publish that. And again, I'm going to view it in the email template. If you do want to do some fancier design, there's a section called the Email Design Templates under the Newsletter and Notifications section. I can pick a previous email I created and make that my new template, or I can scroll down and I can see the template that's existing in the system. And so this is what we have for online presenters. It's fairly basic, but it has a little image at the bottom to represent the interaction you're going to get at our club. You can have different templates for your broadcast or mailing list messages as opposed to your transactional messages like confirmations of registration. Here they're pretty much the same, but we also have defined a welcome message. So you can set up something that's going to go out periodically, and so our welcome message always shows our latest workshops. So there's a list of them, all these things that we're trying to show off, the fantastic things that happen within this club. Now, if I wanted to edit my basic template, I could just go in and find the default template and click here to go to Edit. And if you've learned your way around WordPress, you know we have this concept of content blocks. So I can click on the area that says the body wrapper, and I can decide that that background color should be something different. So maybe I want that. And notice that these are actually Toastmasters brand approved colors. So that is your loyal blue. So maybe we'll try that for a while, actually. I kind of like that. So I'll update this. And up here is another place where I could go to new email. And so now this time when I get my blank message, it has the blue background on it. Another trick that I use a fair amount is I can take a blog post from the site and I can turn that into an email message. And so that's what I did after we had put on this workshop. We created something for the blog, and then I went to new RSVP email, and there's this copy to email option. So I can copy the entire contents of that blog post into the email template and then get ready to send that out. So I hope you find this interesting. I'll post more information about it. This is David Carr for WordPress for Toastmasters and the Toastmost Club and District website hosting service.